comments below. Please say something. I'm waiting for the comments. Please. Don't go hiding now, because, oh my word. Chelsea are champions of the world. Chelsea 3, Paris Saint-Germain 0. What did we just witness there? Wow, 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 we did it. Oh my days. I don't really know where to begin. Yeah, this video might be all over the place. Wow. Genuinely in shock, and oh my days. I mean, like, yeah, where do I begin? I don't even know, but all I can say is that was incredible. That was absolutely mental. We absolutely destroyed PSG. Everybody counted us out. Everybody expected a PSG win. Everybody thought we were gonna get smacked. Everybody was hyping up PSG because of what they did to Real Madrid, because of what they did to Bayern, because of what they did to Atletico, because of what they did to Inter, because of what they did to Arsenal, because of what they did to Liverpool, because of what they did to Manchester City. Yet they come up against Chelsea and they get slapped up 3-0. It wasn't a fluke win, it wasn't a lucky 1-0 win. We got one chance, we scored it and just parked the bus. No, it was a beatdown we gave them. We gave them a beatdown and we completely deserved to win that game. And no one can tell me otherwise. Yeah, PSG had some chances, but I mean, look at that. Like, if you want to argue anything, you cannot argue. We destroyed PSG in that game. We were incredible from minute 1 to 90. I mean, we came out the blocks on fire. I have never seen us play with such intensity. It was insane. PSG could not cope. They did not know what hit them. The first 5-10 minutes, I think Enzo Maresca said it actually. After the game, he said we had won the game in the first 10 minutes because of the intensity, because of the way we pressed, the way we started. You could sort of sense, you could see the PSG players didn't know what hit them. They hadn't experienced this type of pressure and intensity from a team before, right? Like, no one had just stuck it on them the way we did. Pause. But you get my point, right? Like, we came out of the blocks and just pressed high. We were brave and we didn't let them have a sniff straight away. When we got the ball, we ran at them with pace, and it set the tempo early of the game, and that was important. And then, yeah, we just carried it on in the first half. Absolutely destroyed them. Second half, we sort of dropped it off a little bit because we had the lead to protect. But then again, it was brilliant defensively. Kept a clean sheet versus PSG team. This PSG team have been scoring goals for fun. I think they've won their last like 5 games, like 28-0. They have been battering every single team they've been coming up against. Their attack has been insane. The fluidity, Doué, Dembele, Kvara. Everyone's been waxing lyrical about them. And everyone for so long has been slating our defence. I'll hold my hands up, I've been one of those people, to be fair. Yet we kept a clean sheet versus PSG, and actually, like I said, yes, PSG had some chances, but I mean, they had a couple like clear opportunities. There was probably 2, but a lot of their chances were sort of like pot shots in a way. And like, look at that, right? Like their XG was 0.53. Like they really struggled to break us down. I mean, Malo Gusto, the job he did on Kavicha. Wow, I haven't seen Kvara get locked up like that in a long time. I Gusto, who has not had the best of seasons and actually defensively isn't even that great. I mean, to pull in a shift like that was incredible. On the other side, same thing with Cucurella locked up Desiree Doué. Again, Doué has been cooking players left, right and centre. Barely had a sniff in this game, although actually to be fair, he had a fantastic opportunity to score. Tried to pass it, but Cucurella, I mean, yes, Doué probably should have shot, but you can't discredit Cucurella there. That's a fantastic interception. And that's at an important time because it was 0-0 at that point in the game, so that was huge from Cucurella, who yet again, as he has been all season, was fantastic in this game. And I really do think people need to start putting some respect on Cucurella's name, because I think he gets a lot of hate just because of, I guess sort of, I mean, I understand why, sort of the memes outside of the pitch, but on the pitch, this guy is unbelievable and showed it yet again and showed why he is one of the best left backs out there. He really is. And yeah, defensively incredible. Colwell, fantastic. Again, Dembele didn't have a sniff in this game, but actually, to be fair, he had one good chance, which he should have put away, but then, oh my word, Robert Sanchez. I did not expect myself to be sitting here today and saying, shout out to Robert Sanchez. I mean, what the hell? Where was this all season? I've never seen Robert Sanchez play this well in my life. This guy channeled is in a better check and just went God mode. I don't know what the hell possessed this man, but he was unbelievable. Don't get me wrong, we still need to sign a new goalkeeper, and I hope this does not make the club think, oh yeah, we don't need a goalie, but hey, shout out and credit where credit is due to Robert Sanchez, because that was incredible performance from him. Definitely his best game in a Chelsea shirt. Trevor Chalobah, again, fantastic. The whole defence was unbelievable in this game. And then we move on to the midfield, because this is where I said it in my preview, we could potentially get the upper hand here. PSG's midfield, again, the attack has been hyped up. It's, again, rightfully so actually, because they've been fantastic in a lot of their games. Vitinha, Fabian Ruiz and Joao Neves, they've been fantastic, and the way they control the game, particularly Vitinha, and the way Fabian Ruiz gets forward and everything, it's absolutely fantastic. They came up against our midfield and they got schooled. They really did, and this is where I have to give credit to the players here. Caicedo was, as always, amazing and showed his levels in this game. Caicedo has been our best player this season, and again, I think a lot of people outside of Chelsea don't give Caicedo his flowers, but I think he showed in this game just how good he is, and showed that, yeah, he can compete with the very best, and he is one of the best midfielders in the world. But I really here want to give massive credit to Enzo Maresca, because the way he set us up tactically was absolutely sensational. We completely stifled this PSG midfield. They could not get on the ball. They could not dictate the tempo of the game, and it was all because of the way Enzo Maresca set up his team. We played this formation. Reece James went into midfield, and it was a fantastic idea, because we've been playing in this new system at the Club World Cup, and it's been fantastic, and it's worked again here, where in this game we just compacted the midfield, where Joao Pedro, Enzo Fernandez and Palmer would play really narrow. Caicedo and Reece James would join them and almost form like a 5-man midfield pretty much to just stop these guys. And then Pedro Neto would drop back and basically form like a back three, or back five, sorry. It was fantastic. And like I said, I mean, I don't think I've ever seen this PSG team be unable to control a game like they could in this game. They really couldn't. And I mean, it was a Joao Neves was literally non-existent, and his frustration boiled over, of course, with that red card. Fabian Ruiz, I mean, this guy has been fantastic going forward. Did he even have a shot? I don't even remember him playing. Like, genuinely couldn't get forward, couldn't get on the ball. And again, it was because of the way we set up. It was because of how brave we were. Reece James and Caicedo were pressing like all the way up the pitch. They were brave, and it was incredible. Also, massive shout out to Pedro Neto because he did the dirty work in this game. Like I said, he was playing basically as a left wing back, trying to stop Achraf Hakimi, and he did that job perfectly. Achraf Hakimi couldn't really get forward, couldn't really work his magic like he had done in other games because Pedro Neto just did an incredible job on him. And I have to give a massive shout out to his work rate for that. And again, a massive shout out to Enzo Maresca for that tactical game plan. But then we get on to these two, Joao Pedro and Cole Palmer, because oh my word, Joao Pedro, I mean, this guy, he is factually already the signing of the season. He has played 2 games and he has got 3 goals and he has won us the Club World Cup. I mean, what more do you want this guy to do in 2 games? This might be the greatest 2 games from a new signing in football history. I mean, absolutely incredible in this game. The composure to dink the best keeper in the world in Gianluigi Donnarumma, who has been so imperious. The composure in front of the goal. I mean, it's so good. It's so refreshing to see as well because, you know, players like Jackson in that position would 9 times out of 10 miss that, but Joao Pedro just calmly slot it over Donnarumma. Beautiful, and his overall link-up play was fantastic. And, I mean, it's insane, by the way, because people might forget that this guy literally was on holiday about 2 weeks ago. He was not sort of training or anything. Comes into Chelsea, has like 5 training sessions, and now has got 3 goals and is balling out versus PSG. So it's insane. But Cole Palmer with a brace and an assist. I mean, listen. You see, this is one of those things where I actually mentioned this in there's a video I did like a week or so back where it was like things I hate about modern day football, and I used Cole Palmer as an example where I said people are so reactionary and people are just focused on stats, where, you know, someone like Cole Palmer will go 12 games without a goal and people suddenly think this guy's trash. Like, if you actually watch the games, Cole Palmer has always been a fantastic player. And I think this was just a nice reminder to all of those people out there, those reactionary fans, that Cole Palmer is unbelievable and is an unreal player. And in the big games and the big moments, again, is a reminder that this guy is a big game player. 2 goals, a brace and an assist in this game. He was absolutely pivotal to us. Both of those finishes, cold, ice cold, slot it in the bottom corner, places it in. The composure in front of goal, absolutely brilliant. I mean, Nuno Mendes, Beraldo, Marquinhos, they could not handle Cole Palmer in this game. Absolutely sensational. It's another final he scored in, obviously pulled out in the Conference League final, pulled out in the Euros final for England, scored in that one as well. He is a big game, a big moments player. Cole Palmer, as simple as that, he thrives in these moments, and oh boy, I cannot wait to see him in the Champions League next season for us, because he has shown in this game that he can do it against the very best. And yeah, what more can I say about him? I mean, he's just absolutely unbelievable, and like I said, I think he reminded the world about how good he was today. But wow, yeah, I can't really believe it. We smashed PSG like that. We are the champions of the world, and I need to give massive props to Enzo Maresca for, I mean, tactically outschooling Luis Enrique, but simply nobody hasn't really been able to do so this season. Yeah, Enzo Maresca came there with a game plan and executed it to a T. It was the perfect performance. It was probably the best game we've played this season against the best team we've played this season. And obviously I'm delighted we are champions of the world now. It's a massive honour, but I mentioned in my preview that I was excited just to play PSG in terms of let's see what the level is like, let's see how we do against a team like PSG, let's see how we do against one of, actually, I guess the best team in Europe. And we showed in this game that we can well and truly compete, and not only compete, we can beat thoroughly the best team in Europe, and we can beat pretty much any team in the world. I mean, we can, like, the way we played in this game was exceptional, and like I said, it proved that on our day we can beat anyone out there. Maresca, this got rid of a lot of my doubts about him again, because it proved that tactically he can set up a team to beat an incredible team. A lot of my doubts about these players, yeah, look, maybe consistency is something that needs to be improved upon, but for example, someone like Malo Gusto, someone like Reece James, someone like Trevor Chalobah, someone like even Robert Sanchez, this game sort of proved to me that, okay, you can for one game step it up and step up to the level and perform like that. Now we just need to sort of do this on a consistent basis, right? But this game proved to me that we can compete with the very best in Europe, in the world, and not only compete, we can beat these teams. And this gives me a lot more confidence now going into the Champions League that, in these one-off games we can beat these sides. So yeah, absolutely incredible. It's also gives me a lot of confidence going into the Premier League next season. As I said, I think we need to sort of try make this, I guess, a consistent thing. That is sort of a problem that we had last season, where we actually showed sort of glimpses of this last year, but then we would throw it away by like losing to an Ipswich. Those are the sorts of games which we need to be doing better in. But these big games, I mean, we just showed it. We just absolutely destroyed the team who were considered the best team in Europe. So why could we not beat Barcelona? Why could we not beat Real Madrid? Why could we not beat Bayern Munich? Right, like, we just dismantled PSG. So yeah, absolutely delighted, of course, with that. It's a fantastic achievement for the players to win this trophy, and like I said about the Conference League, this is going to be a huge confidence booster for them in terms of knowing a bit of self-confidence, where knowing that they're good enough to play against teams like PSG, knowing that they're good enough to beat teams like PSG, it's going to give us a lot of confidence going into those games next season in the Champions League. It's going to give us a lot of confidence when we play like Liverpool, Man City, Arsenal in the Prem next season, that, hey, we can hang with the big boys. We are well and truly good enough to beat these guys. Get that winning feeling as well. Yeah, it's absolutely incredible. It's absolutely incredible, and I'm so happy that we have won that when we are champions of the world. But yeah, I'll touch on PSG though as well. I mean, wow, that was absolutely horrific. That was probably the worst game PSG have ever played this season, and that really was almost like watching the old PSG, really, in terms of the way they just crumbled and capitulated. Because I mentioned our intensity, our pressure that PSG couldn't go from minute one. That's actually something which I guess the old PSG sort of struggled with, right? Like, I remember Newcastle like 2 years ago when they just dismantled them at St James's Park in a sort of similar fashion, where they just pressed them off the park, physical and just intensity from minute one, and PSG just couldn't cope. It sort of reminded me of that old PSG where we just crumbled under the pressure. just making mistake after mistake. And yeah, it was absolutely awful. And the thing as well that reminded me of the old PSG as well was their sort of reaction as well, where they just completely lost their heads after 1 or 2 goals went in. They completely capitulated. It went to 3 goals. Joao Neves completely summed it up at the end there, getting himself sent off, petulant behaviour, pulling Cucurella's hair, and at the end, I mean, Luis Enrique and Donnarumma like basically punching Joao Pedro, like fighting after the game. It's just, it's the old PSG really, where they're just crybabies. They have a poor, soft mentality, and when things don't go their way, they grumble. That's really what happened in this game. It's something that's happened at PSG for like 10 odd years, and we all sort of thought that had went away when they won the Champions League, but I think this game clearly showed that that is still there. And you're going into next season, that's something which Luis Enrique is going to have to try and address, because yeah, that was not good. And who knows, have PSG maybe been exposed? Have they been exposed? I guess we'll find out next season, but I mean, they were looking imperious, they were looking like one of the greatest teams we've ever seen, and they just got dismantled that easily, right? Like, maybe that's a bit of a blueprint we've just made for teams to beat PSG. And yeah, next season, Champions League, I guess we'll see what happens, because I mean, if PSG perform like that in the next season Champions League, yeah, they might be finished, but yeah, maybe that is a little bit of a blueprint to just sort of take the game to PSG, try and rattle them, because again, it looks like they've got a bit of a soft, weak mentality still in there. But yeah, look, PSG, that was not a good game from them, and they got completely cooked. But we are the champions of the world for 4 years, by the way. You guys will not be hearing the end of this, I assure you that, on this channel. If you ever try to cook Chelsea for the next 4 years, I will just be commenting, we are the champions of the world. So, haters, shush. Chelsea fans, get in the comments below. We're the champions of the world. We have dismantled PSG. We are, factually speaking, the best team in world football for 2025. But there we go, those are my thoughts on the game. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please do leave a like, consider subscribing, and I'll see